One. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to ASU Rugby versus Phoenix Storm. The B side will be taking on the Storm in the pregame for A side's matchup against Tempe. We should be kicking off momentarily. Aiden Brooks just looking for a ball here. There it comes. And away we go. Flattish kick to the left. Josh McKean chasing. And penalty for crossing almost immediately. Be Jared Lau tapping. Or just kicking straight out. It's about 35 meters out of Phoenix line and an excellent way to start the game. It's just Alex McDonald to start this game. Dalton Ferguson is nowhere to be found yet, but he will likely be here for the A-side game. Robert Garkula to throw in. 2-ball to Tyler Tanton as Lau gets it away to Brooks at fly half. And simple carry there for Andrew Malloy. ASU look to recycle. And Ruben takes a carry and, well, it's just been close hangered there. First tackle of the game by the Storm, and it's tie as Brooks kicks for touch again. And it'll be 22 meters out for the line out. Garkula throwing again. Referee just having a chat to Storm's captain to keep the tackles low. The first tackle of the match was at neck height. Gula throws in again to Tanton, who, well, he's 6'5", shouldn't be losing the line out. Out the back to Brooks, straightens up to McKean. McKean through and passes to the ground. Dapo picks up cleanly just about and is tackled down. ASU inside the 22 as Louis Uccelli takes another carry. Aaron Hazarka clears out and as they recycle and look to go wide. Malloy, McKean, dropped but went back. Nope, did not go backwards. Knock on in the wide channel with the line gaping. As Phoenix Storm get to throw into this line. Excuse me, it appears to be a scrum. Front rows are stood up. ASU's front row is Ruben on the loose head side, Robert Garkula in the middle, and Louis Uccelli on the tight head side. As we're reset again, this time looked like a pre-engage. And the second row is Tyler Tanton, and Ian Nitz, I believe. Cam McDonald on the loose head or on the open side. Eddie Barnhill at 8. And Bowie Kaplan on the tight head. Or no, excuse me, Aaron Hazarka on the tight head side. As ASU flood over that scrum, and it's a penalty 5 meters out. Jared Lau will tap and pass to Cam McDonald, runs a little bit sideways, but still makes it through the contact and scores the try from 5 meters. That's his first try of the year. Another long arm stuck out after getting buffeted in the first contact a little bit. Malloy to kick the extras. Malloy pushes it wide, so that's 5-0 to ASU. Storm to kick off to ASU. Kick short to Uccelli, who's again hit quite high. And that one is poached quite nicely and offloaded away. Lau with the tackle. And McDonald makes the first contact as is eventually brought down. Line speed up again. Carrier tripped and fell on that one. And there's another carry, this time tighter back against the grain. And Kaplan makes his tackle eventually after getting fed a little bit in the initial contact. And Hazarka with the tackle there. Ball comes right, line speed good again. Barnhill gets into somebody, and Brooks with the tackle eventually. Storm have lost 10 meters so far. Jose Avila with that tackle. Ball to the right, and another one. They're back at the halfway line now. Brooks in with a steal and stolen back. That ruck is very, very messy. Kaplan with another back tackle. Storm are back behind the 15 meter or behind the halfway line. They've lost quite a few meters, and another offload off the deck there. That carry is eventually chopped down. They've made some meters. They haven't made any meters now. We've got a penalty. Not releasing. Yep. And the Storm will. Storm's penalty. What are they going to do with this? Not particularly obvious. And eventually they kick for about a 10-meter gain. looks to be about 27 meters out from ASU's line. It was a good set of defense until the penalty, but eventually, I believe it was Cam McDonald penalized for not releasing the tackled player. Quick throw to the front of the line out, and that did not go 5 meters, so scrum to ASU. Lau will feed in. Again, about 27 meters out from ASU line, a little deep in ASU's territory to be considering spinning it all the way wide. But when you've got a speedster like Dapo, this might not be the worst option of all time. Another good scrum by ASU. Something happened back of that scrum. Brooks back inside through the main line. Oh, that was, and he stepped back into their number 8 and playing the 9 a bit too early. Avila goes through again, and well, that looks to be 2 more high tackles. And
on the center.
Lau looks to go quickly. Gakula through. He goes forward in that collision and balls back to Lau, who passes to Kaplan, offloads to Hazarka, and again, that looked to be 2 more high tackles. Bouncing ball, bad, and knock on Aiden Brooks. And Tufi is on for Ruben by the look of things. Yes. So Uccelli, Gakula, Tufi, Tanton, Kaplan, Hazarka, Barnhill, and McDonald in the pack. It's another good scrum here. Wheels eventually. Hazarka gets a stiff arm to the face, offload to the 9, and he offloads into touch. Another line out to Tanton, towering again at the front. Out to Avila. Brooks on the loop. As McKean puts it down, Avila to the outside. Has 2 men outside of him. Gets inside to Dapo, cuts back infield, chopped down well as ASU clear out that ruck. And Brooks to McDonald, who gets through again. And then again, that's probably a 4th high tackle in less than that amount of time. Lau to Tufi, eventually hauled to ground by 4 people, and we have a penalty, hands in the ruck. Securing of the ruck has been slightly off by ASU for the first 15 minutes of this game, as Brooks kicks to touch, and we'll have a line out at around the halfway line. So far, the plan of throwing straight to two and throwing Tyler Tanton has worked out quite nicely, as you're 3 for 3 on their own throws. As Storm taking the line a little bit. Tanton again waits till is on the ground. Brooks picks it off of his shoelaces, and ball out to Malloy, who chopped down, and ASU pile through the ruck to secure it. Out to Brooks again. Kim to it. Hakeem back on it. Burns him on the outside, and he's through. Nobody's catching him. And puts it down, takes a little bit of a kick afterwards, and that's his first try of the season, and first try for a while. Has had a bit of a horror run with injuries. Storm strip for numbers down a blind side, and Malloy will be kicking the conversion. So just like the last couple games, a solid opening 20 minutes has put ASU 2 tries to the good. Malloy puts it wide right. Storm kicking off high-ish to the left. Kaplan returns with interest back over the halfway line. Offloads back to McDonald. Swerves round one. Has one to beat. Swerves round two. Race for the corner. And tackled just short. Knocked balls loose. It's back over the line. Uccelli cleans him up while he's Barnhill's crashed over after retrieving a scuffed kick. Not really sure what the call is. And it's scrum Phoenix Storm. It was an excellent return and good kick pressure from Uccelli, which has been the work rate has improved from ASU in the last couple of weeks. Drake's in with a charge down try on the kick pressure last week, and Uccelli folding their 10.5 on this attempted kick. Storm put into the scrum and collapsed on the loose head side. Storm clear into touch, and it'll be ASU line out on Storm's 22. Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Kakula to Tanton again, 5 for 5. Lau through the line. Advantage being played. Brooks to Malloy. Malloy overcooks the pass and will come back for an offsides penalty. Half the Storm lineout was through. Until until Lau before Tanton had passed the ball back to him. Did well to get the ball away. Brooks with the kick to the corner. And it's a good kick, about 10 meters out. Can expect more of the same, really. Tyler Tanton at jumping in the 2 slot has been, well, imperious. It's hard to stop somebody who's 6'5". Some sort of discussion going on here as so you take the line, another one to Tanton, back to Lau, off the top this time. Brooks skips the pass to Malloy. Avila seals over and bit messy. Lau gets it away to Tufi, crashes into that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players trying to bring him down. Absolute mess on the ground. half the team was off their feet. Ball finds the ground, and Kim knocks on. And that'll be a break for 20 minutes, I guess. It's not exactly hot enough to warrant a cooling break. But ASU leads 10-0 and have been in control for the entire 40 or 20. as we're back from what must be a quarter. Oh, we are swapping sides. I have no idea.
No, you're okay.
Just been informed by the touch judge they're doing 3 20-minute periods. So that was the first one. And Storm will kick back to ASU, who had a decent break on the first kick. This one's low and straight at Gakula. Returns it looking for a weak shoulder. Uccelli clears out Ruben, and Dapo, some footwork at the line, takes it through. Ruben clears, and Brooks distributes it to the line, and Harzarka with the carry. Gakula with a second carry of the move, as we have a penalty advantage. And well, two took a shot in the tackle with Harzarka, but looks to be okay. Lau to Ruben, and gets close hangered again. It's his second one of the day. Continues driving through, holds onto the ball as ASU clear, and they don't secure the ball. The two halves combine for a good tackle there. Uccelli tries to counter ruck. More line speed from the forwards as they get to him. Brooks over the ball. Now he's off his feet. Oh, no. Referee calls holding on. As Gakula is calling for the ball on the far side. Referee changes his decision to a knock on. It'll be a scrum ASU ball. As Lau feeds into the scrum set, and it's coming up on the far side, and it's reset, and we'll do it all again. And looks to me that the Storm were walking around the tight head side of ASU's scrum, but the referee decides we'll do it again. Front row of Ruben, Robert Gakula, and Louis Uccelli. Second and back row remain the same. Tufi is off. Lau feeds into the back. Scrum wheels. At Barnhill picks and goes and through one tackle. And ASU pinged for sealing off. Quickly retreat the 10 meters as the Storm contemplate what to do. They'll tap, and ball's lost in contact, spills to Cam, gives it away to Malloy, who tries to offload to Dapo. Knocks it on. Ball was at his shoelaces, and Storm come away with it. thrown back beyond their own 22. All a bit of a mess, and we'll have another scrum on the right side at around 10 meters.
Get my side. Just watch. Crouch. Right.
Storm feed, and ASU turned it over already. Lau caught at the back. Full penalty, and 9 was offside. As Lau marshals his forwards, goes to Cam McDonald, who scored from one of these, albeit from quite a bit closer. Uccelli and Barnhill's over it. Hazarka on the carry. Ball's recycled and goes a little bit wider, but stays with the forwards. Malloy clears out. Lau rescues the ball. Brooks gets it away to Kaplan. And ball's a bit high and behind Uccelli, but rescues it as McDonald clears out. And pretty obvious hands in the ruck there. And as Brooks has the ball in his hands and will, by the look of things, kick for touch. And finds the line about 10-ish meters out from the Storm line. As ASU walk over to the line out. Storm holding things up, making some substitutions, but ASU's line out has been, well, it's been flawless so far. Gakula to Tanton again, passes it down to Lau, gets it out to Brooks. Brooks to the line and brought up short, but ASU clear out and recycle. Lau gets to the ball. Ford's coming around the corner as McDonald knocks on. As there was an interception, but we're coming back for a penalty. As Brooks looks to have rolled an ankle in that tackle, but seems to be moving freer with most steps, but as the Storm go quickly from under the shadow of their own posts, ASU there to meet them, and it's been stripped away. There's a bit of a battle for this ruck, and I don't know what's going on. Eventually, we've got a penalty. I'm not sure, but the referee wants a word with the Storm's captain. allow off the tap penalty as McDonald gets it away to McKean, and McKean's tackled into touch. Again, that contact looked suspiciously high. And it's a Storm line out. Tenton with the steal up at 2. Brooks ball out to Avila, crabs across fields a little bit through a tackle. Basketballs it over the top. Dapo back inside, outside again. Absolutely obliterated this dude's ankles and eventually finds the ground. ASU stealing of ball, Lau away. Hazarka loses it backwards. Eventually, tackles made by Uccelli diving backwards, and they're cleared out. Bit of a pile of humanity around the ball. Kim bounced off. Same Lau as well. Tackle made eventually, and Storm recycle. And Hakeem is stricken there. Lau with the chase back tackle. Ruben with the tackle there, and advantage over. And we're going to have some supplementary discipline here. We're going to have some supplementary discipline for the clear out. Deemed to be reckless, as Storm will be down a second rower for 10 minutes. Brooke kicks to touch. We'll see where the touchy marks in as he retrieves the ball, and 22 meters from Storm's line. Kakula to 10 again. Oh, that. It's been called not straight. Last I checked, you needed somebody in the air for that to be not straight, and they didn't have anybody. But so be it. Scrum Phoenix Storm inside their own 22. Big shove and penalty or advantage as the Storm looked to go wide. Ball offloaded in contact, slowed down a little bit there by Brooks. 2 men into that tackle as Storm have a penalty, and the scrum half was murdered. As one of the try scorers, Dapo Hakim, has been replaced by Robert Huerta, I believe, as Storm looked to go from deep inside their own half and made decent territory, but been driven out of bounds, and it'll be ASU throw at the line out. Toofy back on the park. Hard to miss him. Coy McLeod in at hooker. Tanton takes and Lau knocks on with some pressure in his face. So Storm have the ball back at the ASU 10 meters line. Tanton and McLeod with the tackle. And, well, pick and go attempted at Toofy. That didn't go very well. Makes a nuisance of himself at that ruck. As ball's ripped out by Brooks again. Second turnover of the day. Slap down, McLeod on the return. Goes over one, gets stood up on the second man. And Tanton and Kaplan are there to secure the ball. Goes through Garrett's arms, offloaded away. Tossed down off the ball. McDonald with a chop tackle. Malloy to hold of one. Lau down low with two other men up high. Huerta one of them. As it's all a bit of a mess, and the referee calls somebody for not rolling. As Storm get on with it, and things heating up a bit down there. ASU up quickly, ball pops upwards, it's loose. McKean knocks on. And we have substitutions for the Phoenix Storm and for ASU. Jared Lau comes off for Rylan Salas. Pack remains the same, only a change at tight head and hooker. Toofy on for Ruben and Coy on for Robert. Storm put into this scrum after McKean's knock on. Big drive from ASU. It's gone down on the loose head side, wheels around, and scrum penalty to the Storm. As Storm tap and go. Offload gets away, and they've crashed over. That'll be 10-5 with the kick to come. Sequence of indiscipline there from ASU really gave them the territory, but it was a well-taken try in the end. One big carry and an offload away to half the deficit. And the kick drops short, was on target. As for the second time this game, ASU will kick off to Storm.
Yeah, but he was blatantly in the middle of nowhere.
Brooks with a kick long, driving the Storm back into the 22. McLeod handed off, runs into his, and we've got what a high shot. And Barnhill and McLeod are getting a lecture from the referee. What Barnhill should be telling him is they've been hitting us high all day, sir. We've only had one yellow card to show for it. Big carry straight into McLeod and Uccelli, looks like it. McDonald low, good line speed again. Salas over the top of the ball, missed it with a decent counter ruck again. ASU off the line quickly, driven back in the tackle by Garrett Combs. McDonald with a tackle, and Kaplan makes a nuisance of himself. Ball's a little bit high. More pressure there from ASU. Another low tackle. They can't bring big men to the ground. Eventually, they've driven him backwards, but he still managed to stand in the tackle. And another big chop tackle, and this time ASU rewarded with penalty. Cam McDonald locked over that ball. It's the third penalty of the day as Brooks finds touch again. ASU line out, 10 meters out. McLeod to Tanton. Brooks, Avila. And that's Huerta who's through and dots down. That'll be an ASU try. And, well, that's his first try for 2 years. And Huerta's, this is his second appearance back from a torn ACL, I believe, plus or some sort of major knee injury sustained in the spring 2 years ago. Salas will kick the extras. He's pulled to the left, so that'll be 15-5. There hasn't been a kick. There hasn't been there's been a conversion made the entire game, and that'll be end of the second period. ASU ahead 15-5. Coach Peter Hugo seems to have rung the changes in the backs. Noah Buckman is on the right wing. Andrew Haggerty on at the left. Ruben has come into the game for the second time and is probably playing loose head with 2 feet tight head. Huerta's play has moved into the centers to accommodate Buckman. Storm play it short. Kaplan picks it up and returns and almost made it through the line, offloads and knocked on by 2 feet. And Kaplan appears to have forgotten what a scrum is. Well, he's rather important. He's in the second row. Good contest at the scrum, ball to the back. There are 8 picks and goes. Haggerty slows him down and allows ASU's defense to get back and forces an offload away. Stops him just outside the 22. Here he is for another carry. Chopped down by, who's the brave man there? Andrew Haggerty came back for round 2 as Barnhill and McDonald stop another man on the gain line. Ball's a bit wider this time. Combs, McLeod, and Kaplan all contribute to that tackle. Bit of a lazy runner there. And Huerta flies out of the line as we have a penalty for not rolling. And can't see who that's against. As Storm go quickly, and Ruben's been bumped out of that tackle and flown about 5 meters backwards. And McDonald chops him low, pursues the scrum half, gets him, forces a dodgy pass. Rest of the outside defense is up. And again, Avila's been run over. Ruck's been blown up, and Tufi tracking across with a nice tackle, and McDonald's hits the 9 as he picks it up. Another big carry, and Brooks has somehow come away with it. Kaplan away to Avila. Huerta back inside. It's dragged down. Kaplan goes over, and McLeod picks and goes. Salah seals, and Avila's, I don't really know what happened. And Ruben's holding. Oh, no, they've broken away from that maul. Avila's over the ball. Had been called off it by the referee. 10 spins it wide. Combs does a decent enough job to slow him down, and Tanton and McDonald slam him down to finish the job. And big props been penalized for not rolling away. That's Tufi again. That's Tufi. As the Storm kick to touch. If you're joining us for ASU versus Tempe, that game will begin at the conclusion of this one. Right now it's ASU B versus Phoenix Storm. Storm throw into the line out short. That did not look very straight. As the Storm try to form a maul, ASU drive them into touch. And that means it'll be ASU line out. McLeod throwing in. Tanton again. Nobody else has been targeted at the line out. Tanton has been the master of the airs. Brooks clears and it's been knocked on as McKean picks up and carries two men with him just over the 22. Haggerty rolls a guy out of the ruck. Salas has the ball and not altogether too sure what's going on here. And ball goes away to the right. Cam McDonald cuts back against the grain, steps back around one tackle, then is tackled short of the halfway line. Bodies piling through. I think they all tripped on one man. Combs again. Kaplan in. And Barnhill plays 9. Avila with some footwork gets out of that tackle, but scragged eventually. Brooks kicks at the space in behind, looking for a good bounce. Keeps bouncing away from the 15. He's knocked it into touch. McKean with the ball. BASU line out on the 22. McLeod again throws to Tanton. Again, master of the air. Avila steps in late to first receiver. Brooks picks up the bouncing ball, gets it away to McKean. McKean away to Haggerty. Stumbling a little bit, but that'll be ASU's 4th try, and he puts it down underneath the sticks. That's 20-5. Sweeping backline move from the line out. Catches the Storm numbers down, and that'll be ASU's 4th try. Brooks to drop kick a conversion. And I think he missed that from dead in front. And the wait goes on for a successful conversion.
ASU.
Storm to kick off again. Short, straight to Kaplan again, who's never fully had it and ended up knocking it on. From handling errors at this rate. So scrum to Storm. Comes the feed. Scrum steady. Still waiting. ASU get a shove on, and the ball, I've lost it at this point. We've got a bit of a mess. Somebody's been whacked in the head. Through goes, managed to almost get through it and go. And ball swung out again. Kaplan comes up grasping at air, but gets a second go at it and brings his man to the ground. Storm recycle, go right. And another pit series. Oh, it's like a dummy pick and go. Lau still scrapping away with somebody. Huerta picks off a kind of loopy ball, Combs and Kaplan seal over. And Cam carries tight. More ASU forwards pile into the breakdown. Lau spews it away. Kaplan to Avila. Some footwork gets him halfway through the line. Combs and Tanton again through. Tufi at his knees. It'd be a miracle if he holds on to this. He's still got it. That's 1, 2, 3 guys taking to stop him. They're still in the scrum half's way. McLeod through another gap. Halfway through the gap. We've got still going. Ball's loose. Yeah, Huerta's got it. And we've got a forward pass, I think. Looks like we'll be packing another scrum. ASU, no, Phoenix put it in a scrum inside their own half at around 10 meters. ASU with a drive, and it's gone down on the far side. Looks like their tight head got tucked in a little bit as Brooks kicks, and that's a good touch finder 5 meters out from the Storm's line. Well, I think we know where the ball will be going again. Tyler Tanton at 2, and what they do from there is a different matter. I'm personally hoping for a line-out drive. Haven't seen a good one for a little while. Tanton is indeed lined up at 2 as we wait a ball. Finally, McLeod has the ball in his hand, and dummy throw, Cam at the back, and not dummy. Dummy throw. Wait. Is that a full penalty? Okay. Oh, yeah, full penalty or short arm penalty. Well, that's ASU's throw again if it's a short arm penalty. They got McLeod for a dummy throw. Seemed a bit harsh. And McLeod to Tanton again. Really is a hooker's best friend having a 6'5" second row. Probably more. And someone who can be lifted quite easily as well. It's not exactly built like a Greek god, as Brooks wrestles for the ball, and well, he's caught on the wrong side but manages to get out of the way, and Barnhill's tossed over, and Another tackle for Cam McDonald. Knocked on, and it looks like Robert Grakula's back on the ground. So is Jared Lau. Garrett Combs gets through two men quite well as ASU recycle. Ball to the left. Tufi on the carry and falls forward through the contact. Ruben stood up as he finds the ground and ASU clear out. And we have a penalty for not rolling. And we have an injury. It looks to be Robert Gakula as he limps off. Or he looks to be okay. Yeah, seems to have made a recovery after sitting there motionless for a solid 30 seconds. As the Storm take the opportunity to bring on a replacement. Brooks again to touch. McLeod throws in again, and Tanton, manages to tip it back onto ASU side of the line out, and Lau finishes the recovery from there. ASU recycled. Brooks comes into play scrum half, and Combs is through a big gap, still going, drop short. McLeod goes back to the blind side, makes a few meters there as ASU recycle, and their 8 rips through the back row as McDonald looks to have put one down. Some Solomon footwork got him to the line as try awarded. That'll be 25 with kick to come. That's 25. Nobody. Haggerty to kick the extras, and that will fall well short. That fell well short as Storm are going to kick off again. Dribbler across the ground, straight into the arms of Tufi, who brings back with some venom. Combs clears out. 9 missed the ball. Gakula with some footwork gets through the line and brought down eventually. Tanton clears over the ball. Ruben back into traffic, and tackled. Lau is smashed at the breakdown. The right ripped through the side of the ruck, and 2 more into the tackle. Tanton had the pile land on his head. Welcome to the Fords, big man. And it's brought away somehow. McDonald with the tackle. And Barnhill eventually brings him to ground. And there's a bit of a mess on the ground. Another attempted counter ruck. Ball going wider. Buckman slows it up and slings him around into the ground. Barnhill on the floor. As that knock on brings an end to the B-side game, and it'll be ASU 25, Phoenix Storm 5. Welcome back. ASU and Tempe should be kicking off shortly. Jersey ceremony is going on right now. And starting 15, Nick Booz at loosehead, Chris McHale hooking, Alex Vargas at tight head, Bronson Smith and Drake Zinn in the second row, Kevin Wagner, Landon Lahadny, and Ryan Phelan in the back row, Jacob Hurl and Teague Perez in the halves, Harvey Dolman and Austin Cox in the center, Evgeny Grivaldis and Nate Troxel on the wings with Graham Ferguson at fullback. This will be Graham's graduating in the next couple of weeks, so this will be his last. This will be his last game with ASU. Mr. Ferguson's been an excellent servant to ASU rugby. He's been playing for the past 3 years. Has partnered him in the halves a few times. He's played pretty much everywhere in the back line except the centers. So scrum half, fly half, both wings and fullback. Cemented himself as the first choice fullback last year, partly because of his goal kicking and playmaking in the wide channels. So he will be missed. Yeah. As both teams have a final huddle up here before kickoff.
Sandra tried to do that too.
It'll be Tempe to kick off as ASU set to receive.
Let's go, ASU! Here we go, Sun Devils!
Go, boys!
ASU old boy Cam Lugo looks like he's playing. Is that Cam? No, it's not. Don't look like him. Oh well, looks like him a little. As we're just waiting for the referee to waddle onto the pitch.
Let's go all class, guys, all class.
And touch judge trundles across the pitch. Referee checks with the captains and sets his watch for 40. And away we go. Short kick to the right, and it's knocked on first by Drake and then by Tempe's chasing contingent. We'll have our first scrum 5 seconds into the match. Front row, Vargas on the tight head side, McHale in the middle at hooker, and Booze at loose head. Tempe feed and stable scrum. ASU sort of drove him back a little bit. Good chop tackle around the legs. ASU poached that on the ground, and Hurl surveys his options. Gives to Nick Booze on the carry, who good powerful carry. McHale clears, and Tempe had been penalized for not. That means Harvey Dolman will have a kick for touch, and that will go over my right and marked back behind the crowd. It'll be line out, ASU's feed on the 10 meters line. McHale throws to the middle, and it's picked off. Loose transfer back's a bit loose. Zinn gets spun off of the tackle as ASU set their defensive line. Troxel comes in, smashes it. Drake tosses him into touch, and we'll have another line out. ASU ball as McHale strolls across.
You told it well.
To the tail with Drake Zinn, out to Teague Perez. And it's a crash ball to Austin Cox. He's burst through in the clear, down the right-hand touch line. Just a flanker, the scrum have to beat. And that'll be, I don't know how many tries that boy has scored, but it must be a 5-6. First attack from the lineout, 1-2 phases played, and ASU have their first try. Harvey Dolman will kick from about 7 in from the right-hand touch line. As Haggerty appears to have brought the wrong tee. Out comes Coach Roger with the correct tee this time. As Dolman slides the kick wide left, that'll be 5-0 ASU. As they set to receive another kickoff from Tempe. Tempe kick deep and left, straight to Harvey Dolman. Returns it, and finds a good touch about back in at Tempe's 10 meters. Troxel runs through, taps the ball. Can't take it quickly now. And Tempe with 4 men in the line out. Wagner and Lahadny out in the back line. Phelan gets a hand to it. Knock-on advantage. That ball's a bit scrappy, and we're coming back for the knock-on. No advantage.
On the side like you talked about. Good. Put your arm around Rich. Put your arm around Rich. Head up. Hey, you gotta get out quick. Hey, you gotta get quick.
Tempe feed in, and ASU get a good march on in the scrum, and they've turned this one over. Hurl away to Perez, out to Dolman, who slides a kick through. This one looks like it'll hold up just inside the end goal, and it's all a bit of a mess, and we have offsides against Tempe. We've come all the way back for offsides against the scrum half. So give Dolman another kick. Dolman kicks to the corner. That looks to be a good touch. Can't quite see from my angle how far that is from the line, but I guess about 10 meters. Throw to the middle and tapped, not a bit messy there. Zinn got hands to it, but was unable to get it back onto ASU's side as Wagner and Smith and Phelan combined, and Tempe have thrown it into touch. Be another ASU line, or no, it'll be knock on scrum to Tempe. We'll do it again. ASU seemed to get a good hit there, and perhaps mistaken for a pre-engage. Referee wants a chat with the two front rows, and we'll set up to do it again. This scrum's a bit steadier. It's rescued at the back. Hurl and Lahadny with the tackle. And coming from outside of his eye line, Chris McHale. Another double hit. Man, Booze called off the ball. As Tempe go to the right, and Graham picks it up off of his toes. Jinks around a little bit, scragged from behind. ASU recycle as Hurl gets the ball away to Perez and gets it wider to Wagner, and we have a high tackle on the wee man. We have two ex-wrestlers on the on both flanks today, so for my wrestling fans, expect a lot of double leg takedowns. They'll be biting ankles the whole day. Dolman goes to the corner, and Seems like an awfully harsh spot. ASU will get the line out on the 22. Again, throw to the middle and off target. ASU playing with advantage. Tempe couldn't claim the line out. McHale with a carry. Some footwork at the line gets him a few extra yards. Lahadny and Wagner clear out, and it's been knocked on in the contact, but ASU will come back for the scrum. This will be the first scrum with ASU put in. They've done well on Tempe's put in and managed to put some pressure and turn one over. Hurl feeds in. McHale with a clean strike to the back. And this one came out the back uncontrolled, so turnover to Tempe. Scrum wheeled around to the left. Zinn with a tackle, another pick and go. Looks to have gotten Zinn tied in again. Pass from the scrum half a bit low. Perez slows the man down and eventually gets him to ground. As Tempe looked to go wide. Smith with a good tackle. Hit with a big clear out, and Cox gets him to ground. And pick and go around the blind side. Cox crawls through the rock. Another pick and go. Hits the same two men.
Go for looking you. Go! Go!
Chop low as got the Tempe players in the shot. That's unfortunate. And not too sure what the penalty is there.
It was working.
Dolman looks for touch, not much angle to play with, and we'll get it down to the 22.
Direct. Be direct.
And this one's not straight. Short arm for not straight. Tempe tap and go from just outside their own 22. Booze with a low tackle. Smith flies up, and Drake and Bronson with the tackle there. ASU looked to go wide. Vargas gets sat down but scrags him. Phelan tried to contest, tries again. This time he's locked over the ball. And it's been called off his feet. That looked a bit harsh.
Thank you, Dylan. Thank you, Dylan. Let's keep set.
Tempe kicked a touch, and it's marked out at just before the 40. Yeah, just before the 10 meters line inside ASU's half.
Fanuki, get ready. Get back. Fanuki, get back. Fanuki, get back. Fanuki, get back. We can fly out.
4 men in the line out. And Phelan's able to make a bit of a mess of it. Big carry coming up in midfield, and he's chopped down low by combination of Wagner and Lahadny. Ball goes wider on the second phase, and again, chopped down, not much ground made. Another low tackle there from Lahadny. Good line speed through the tackles of Wagner and Drake. Smith gets him. Phelan hits the line a little after the ball. Vargas gets a hold of him. And Troxel and Wagner come in with hits. Wagner with another tackle. Rolls out Booze. He's able to get him. As they go to the blind side, Wagner and Hull combine to stop him there. Another one to the blind side this time. This time Cox stops him low, one-on-one. Wagner holding the blind side. Cox stops him for the second tackle in a row. As ball slow, line speed coming up. Lahadny stops him. Smith over the ball, cleaned up eventually. Zinn stops him. Booze over the top. And holding on. ASU penalty. As ASU go quickly, Dolman out on the left wing. Through one tackle, steps in, offloads. It's taken down a bit late. Hurl outside. Evgeny with one man to beat, cuts back infield. Gets hit. That looked high. ASU clear out. And, well, that was a good break, but ran away from his support eventually. Big carry, Tempe. As Zinn and Lahadny with another tackle. Bronson up. Dolman gets him low. Troxel low again. Lahadny takes out his man and got a foot race to the back with Cox and Ferguson. Cox away, and he's been dove on the floor.
Hey, Dylan, great idea.
Have to let him back up if he's got the ball in his possession. And Tempe did not. That'll give ASU a chance to clear the touch again.
That was a really good kick. If the black team would have recovered in the end zone, that would have been a score.
Dolman kicks to touch. Marked about 25 meters out from ASU's line. I think you got touchies are being a bit stingy today on the marks.
On our side of getting
Where you get the throw, the other team gets the throw, depending on where they still get the throw.
McHale with the throw in and overthrows his man as it's a short arm penalty to ASU. As ASU go wide, offload up from the ground. Lahadny spins it wide. Garibaldi keeps going, and we've got a penalty advantage for high tackle against Tempe. ASU playing with advantage, in straight into contact, hard and low, and I think that's a second high tackle in a row. And Dolman will kick to touch again. Looks to be a few words being exchanged between the forward packs. And Dolman will find touch at just over the 40 meters inside Tempe's half. ASU managed to win a line out to Evgeny, back of the hand offload. Cox with a dummy, cuts back infield, brought to ground eventually by his opposite number. Hurl goes wide to Troxel, who comes back infield, brought down. It's off the foot of McHale, and there's a bit of a mess at the ruck. Drake again hard into contact and turned over. Knock on, and it'll be ASU's put into the scrum. Tempe appear to have made some changes, so it's going to be a second until no, we're packing down now. And ASU going back quickly. Dolman on the loop. Fires it wide to Graham Ferguson. Stands his opposite man up. Has one outside him. Goes into contact himself. Driven toward the touchline. And, well, whose ball is it? Got no signal. Knock on scrum to Tempe. And Ferguson appears to be coming out of the game. Maybe not this play, but certainly. No. Yeah, referee's called time off. Ferguson will be coming off as soon as they figure out who's going to go in for him.
No, he already has shoulder issues. My shoulders are bad. He does not need any more.
It appears he will be going off, and who's coming on in his place? And unknown, as ASU will be defending with 14 men for this scrum, and yeah, ASU will be defending with 14 for this scrum, and there's a man getting stripped off and ready to come on, but can't quite tell who that is. And Tempe with the cross kick. This will beat both men into touch, much to the frustration of. And it looks like Michael King will come off, or will come on for Ferguson. Sad ending for what really should have been. It really should have been a better send off for him. ASU line out just outside Tempe's 22. Stops in.
Now please! Hey, look up and match. Match.
Put both of them on it.
Had the sound off. Sorry, accidentally had the sound off. Appears that there will be a scrum to ASU. Lahadny knocked on the kick chase, but looked to have been taken out off the ball. Either way, referees awarded a scrum. Tempe put in. As ASU drive forward, it's gone down on the tight head side. No, it's 8-0. Yeah, penalty and try, unconverted try. Reset. Tempe put in, and it's fairly stable scrum. 8 picks and go. Lahadny gets him low and rolls out of the way. Another chop tackle. Lets the offload get away. Grabs him by the shirt. Tries the jackal, but misses. And away we go again. Lahadny chops another man down. Gets back on side as Thielen flies out of the line to make his hit, and we're waiting. Smith with the charge down. Dolman takes the kick, steps inside too, back and toward the sticks, through a gap. No options to pass to, and brought down well inside Tempe's 22. Ball out to the right. Booze through a small gap in between two men and hurl away again to Dolman. Passes wide to Kim. It should be wide open. Oh, and he gave the extra pass, and well, Evgeny knocked on with the line gaping, and Kim could have scored himself, but gave the ball away. Gave the ball up in the end. We'll have Tempe scrum at about 10 meters with, well, people on their haunches all over the place. Tempe put in is Tempe go to the blind side and have knocked on. We're playing on here. ASU have knock-on advantage. Hurl to Zinn, who takes a carry, presents a fairly large target of his ribs. Booze again finds running in between shoulders, and we're coming back for the knock-on advantage. ASU put into the scrum. It's rescued at the back by Hurl, who manages to stay in play, and ASU secure the ball and pile through the ruck. Kim plays scrum half, gets it away to Bronson Smith. Makes a good carry, and ASU secure the ball. Somebody's been spit out of that contact. Booze is through one man, but he holds on to his leg. Vargas looks to be down in back play. Perez to Dolman, who drops it inside to McHale. Drake over the ball out wide, and Dolman chips and chases. Should one man back, and he'll be tackled by combination of Perez and Phelan. And Tempe under, well, no, they kicked it into touch. We're under some pressure just inside their own in goal, but clear well enough to ASU's, or no, just outside of their own 22.
Oh, I see him. I have big green over there.
Line out to the middle. Zin down to Hurl to Perez as Garibaldi's with another carry. ASU roll over the top of him and clean it up, and ASU get the benefit of the penalty and will opt for the corner with Dolman. And that looks to be about 5 meters. So ASU with a big line out inside of Tempe's 5 meters. They've let a few attempts go here, and McHale throws in, and it's not straight. In the meantime, Theo Profit is on for Alex Vargas, who looked like he'd done something to his knee. At a ruck. So Tempe put into this scrum as loose head side seemed to get a decent shove on. Cox chops the man down and bounces out. Perez puts pressure on him on the 9. Phelan misses the ball. Oh, that's a croc roll. Referee seems to have missed that one. Lahadny and Perez get him down, and got another. Perez again with another tackle, keeping it tight. Tempe keeping it tight, and Zin with one hit, almost through on the offload, and Theo slows the ball up. Ball bounced, lost in contact. Booze with the ball. We're playing on from the knock on, throws it out the back. Phelan with some footwork as ASU clear through that ruck. Hurl out to the left. Drake able to stand in contact long enough for the cavalry to arrive. Hurl scoots out and throws it back infield, and somebody is smashed in a tackle there. And we've got a full penalty for a tip tackle. And Smith taps and carries into the line. He's put on his backside eventually, presents the ball back to Jacob Hurl, who goes to the blind side. Booze offloads to Wagner, who is driven into touch, but he's been high tackled, and it'll be penalty to ASU, talking to for Tempe. Don't know if this is for persistent infringement or just a territorial thing, but go Hurl all the way out to Perez. Finds Dolman. Dolman on the wide ball, bounces it to Troxel, manages to get around the first tackler and backs into contact. It's in at the side. Appears to have been lost, and that ball is staying in field as Cox brings it in field. Perez throws it to the ground, but picked up by McHale. Passes off the back to Bronson Smith, who's in with a big charge. ASU, oh no, they've got it pinched. Wagner arrived just a second too late. Everything's a bit broken. Prafit made a tackle. Drake bounced out. And as Tempe kick, this one will pop up and beat. It's kicked on, and we have a penalty for, is it obstruction? I don't know. On we go. Scrum Tempe put in, and that one has collapsed before the balls come in. We'll do it again. Ferguson appears to be back on the pitch, which is it's a good thing for him. Final game. Kim is off, and that ball has gone forward by the look of it. And yes, referee agrees, and that'll be halftime. It finishes the half finishes 8-0 in favor of ASU, but it really should be one or two more tries. Austin Cox and Harvey Dolman with the points. Cox with a try and Dolman with the penalty. But there have been a few opportunities that have gone a begging. ASU have had multiple lineouts inside Tempe's 5 meters, and then Vianney knocked on with the line gaping. Looks like we're going to be kicking off shortly. ASU will be kicking off to Tempe for this half. And ASU lead 8-0. Really probably should be more than that. Vianney Garavildis dropped one cold right with the line gaping. Few missed lineouts in the red zone as well. Will frustrate the coaches, but ASU have been in control of this game. It's theirs to lose. Starting lineup remains unchanged. Graham Ferguson is back on the field at fullback. Referee is checking with Tempe to make sure they're ready. Says they are, and away we go in the second half. Dolman kicks deep to the right as Tempe return with some interest. That's Smith with the tackle. Not held. Phelan hits a man late. Perez tracks across and is able to get him low. Smith and Booz with it. Booz tries to lock over the ball. It's cleared out. Probably wasn't releasing anyway. Vianney gets him, and everybody's been bundled into touch. Didn't look like ASU hit him. Looks like his own men shuffled him into touch. And it'll be ASU line out. McHale to throw in. Line out has been a bit.
He's out there.
Line out has been a bit unsteady in the first half. As Phelan goes and taps back to Hurl. Finds a way, spears it out to Perez. Plays at the line to. Is that Ferguson over there? Yes, it is. He's been smashed in a tackle and has been tossed aside off the ball. And
I'm just going to stretch.
Well, the referees missed that. He was looking the other way, but confers with his touch judge, and we'll see what his judgment is shortly. And it'll be penalty ASU for, well, I don't know. It looks like he signaled a knee. If it was really a knee, it would probably be more than just a penalty, but here we are. Penalty was for off the ball, and it looks like the dog has taken a hit on the sideline. And is, Coach Peter's dog has taken the ball to the side on the sideline. That's unfortunate. As McHale sets to throw in, goes to the front, Phelan, clean ball out to Perez, plays out the back to Dolman, back inside to Troxel, who's lifted up off his feet and thrown back over the advantage line. Tempe come through, but in at the side. It's in at the side, and Dolman will be likely kicking for the corner from here, even if it is dead in front. And finds touch just inside Tempe's 22. A decent portion of the game has been played inside Tempe's 22, but ASU have been unable to capitalize for the most part. Combination of handling errors and misfires at the line out. And there's another one, but it's been an early jump, so free kick ASU. Hurl gets it wide to Perez, and that's Dolman. Coming onto it at pace is Troxel back in field. Beaten 1-2, is brought down eventually as ASU go over the ball and finally secure it. There's 4 men into there. And Perez gets it on to, I can't quite see, I think that was Wagner, high shot. And yes, it'll be Wagner's third got high tackle for the third time. And there's a man in the bin now for Tempe. So ASU with a man advantage and territorial advantage inside Tempe's half. Booze taps and goes and finds the ground eventually. ASU go over it. Wagner again, this time is knocked on. Perhaps caught looking at the defense. Well, if you've been high tackled at 3 times, well, pretty much every carry you've taken, I'd be looking at the defense a little bit as well. Just changing batteries, and we are back on the feed here, as it'll be Tempe put into the scrum, and side their own half. Booze picks a man up, dumps him back over, just over the in goal. Lahadny gets low, 2 men over locked over this, and it'll be penalty to ASU. Phelan or Booze over that. Oh, and well, Hurl wanted to get on with it, but he didn't take it from the mark. And ASU will go for the knockout, it looks like here. As that's passed on to Booze. He's on the floor. Plenty of hands still on that. Looks to go right and knocked on. And Wagner recovers the loose ball, finds the ground to present it, and Troxel takes a man beyond the ball. Theo crashes forward. It'll be Booze again. This time it's backwards. McHale picks it up and turned away again. This time has found the ground. And Theo looks to be in some trouble over to the right. And yes, referees stop play. Well, that means the propping stocks for ASU are quite low, as the referee wants to figure out what's going on. Wants to figure out what's going on here. And it appears Theo's getting checked out again, and we'll restart with penalty to Tempe offsides. Can't quite see, but shoulder problem for Theo by the look of things. Vargas is back onto the pitch. Tight head, but how well he can go is kind of up for debate. He went off with a knee problem. And Tempe will restart this. And we'll kick to touch. And they'll be at their own 22 for this line out. Shortened line out, so the 2 flankers and Bronson go out the back. Phelan taps the ball straight into touch, so we'll do the line out over again. Much the same setup. And Phelan was close to it again, but not quite. Smith didn't get his body behind that one. Brought down by Drake, and up go. The defense went up but couldn't get him, and Cox eventually scrags him from behind.
Come on, boys.
And it's a knock on by Tempe. It'll be ASU put into this scrum.
Much better. Devontae, nice timing.
Hurl puts in 7-man shove for ASU. Phelan away straight at the 10, and wow, he's been given his crawling as Tempe's 10 gets on with things. Ball away to the wing. He's been chopped down by Booze. Ball offloaded off. Tempe crashed to the over to the left.
Not tell him whoever wants it.
What's the score now?
8-5.
8-5. Thank you.
Yeah.
Light's making her own rules. I need to catch up.
So Alex,
You got both of them at least?
Hurl with the charge down. The kick slides across the face of the uprights. So 8-5 the score remains, and it's 8-5 ASU. So penalty or drop goal behind. A Tempe try takes the lead. Converted or not. Dolman marches up to the halfway line for the kick and puts it, well, not 10. That kick didn't go 10. Looks like he mishit it. It'll be scrum in the middle of the field.
I mean, I said I throw up every game, but usually I can do it in private. So.
Tempe feed to the scrum. It looks like they've been restored to a full 15. And they'll get penalty advantage. That side of the scrum was Booze's side of the scrum was folded, and Lahadny chops him down. Bit of a battle over the ball. Troxel making a nuisance of himself. Line speed from ASU as Booze and McHale combine for the hit. And Perez gets him low.
That looked like a shoulder to me. Yeah, they're doing some pretty good hitting out there.
And it'll be offsides.
Yeah, he's way out there.
Offside penalty against ASU, and well, I didn't see offside, but there was definite collapsing. Tempe decide what they're doing, and that kick is just into touch. It'll be Tempe ball just outside ASU's 22.
What's the temperature up there now?
Feeling up and not straight. It'll be ASU's scrum. Yep, ASU scrum, and
Yeah, it's 9:30.
Pittsburgh law. Yeah. Yeah, but there was
Oh, Mikey!
ready to score.
Hurl puts into the scrum, ball to the back, gets it away to Perez, and he gets it away to Austin, who makes a decent carry, finds gain line. Perez out on the second side. It's Ferguson on the far side, and Troxel gets a few meters. It's all a bit scruffy. There appears to have been a turnover in that contact. I'm not particularly sure how that occurred legally outside of a strip, but here we are. Wagner and Smith with a tackle. Cox chops him down. Landon again gets him. Wagner away, and that's knocked on. Wagner pounces on the loose ball. Hurl arrives to play it. Drake is in, charges again, still going, has men to his inside, doesn't realize it. Phelan gets to it. Chip over the top for Wagner. Stops the kick return, and well, that looked like a knock on there. Referee in the way. As Drake walks over it, gets cleaned up. That's straight to the head, and apparently we're not doing that. And he's back on his feet and appears to be okay. All a bit untidy. Landon hits him. Phelan's away and in the clear. One man to beat. It's a loose head. Bronson goes back, presents the ball. There's all a bit of a mess. That looked like it was a knock on, and the contact. We're still going. We've got a man down in back play. And well, you can hear him screaming from here, really. And chop tackle there. Well, he was on his knees stealing that, and we're gonna have. No, we're playing on. Tempe, we're playing on. We've got a man stricken in back play here. All a little bit chaotic. Excellent tackle there by Drake Zinn, and now we're gonna stop plays. We've got a Tempe player who's in a bit of a mess here. We'll restart with an ASU, with a scrum to ASU for after that knock on. the ASU's put in at this scrum. One change. Ian Nitz appears to have come on for Kevin Wagner. Hurl gets the ball away to Dolman, brings it back to the blind side to Perez, who takes contact, and Ferguson and Phelan clear out. Ball away to Booze, gets through one tackle, rides a few more, drags one with him, still going, got men in support, and it appears, yeah, and that, well, is crawling through the ruck. Drake, another carry there, as ASU seal that breakdown. Out to Dolman, who dribbles it in towards the corner, and chased by Perez and Cox. Perez swings the man down. We've got one over the ball, falls on it, and holding on from penalty forced by, I couldn't see the number from here. And Hurl pulls it wide. Dolman dives over, and that's 13. 13-5, Dolman with the kick 22 meters out, about 8 meters in from the right-hand touch. And this one is good. That'll be 15-5. So 2-score game for Tempe to get back into it. Yeah, so the only change is Ian Nitz on for Kevin Wagner. That brings, he'll play second row. Bronson Smith will move to 8, and Ryan Phelan has moved onto the blind side. Landon Lahadny stays on the open side. It's a good tackle. It's a good kick, just 10 meters. Vargas is driven into touch, and there was some sort of inquest to taking it quickly, but nobody ended up going for it. Phelan able to cause some mayhem at that lineup, and it's back off the hooker. It'll be ASU throw into this line out.
So your birthday's coming up. It's gonna be 10.
Zinn to the back of the line out, and Perez away to Cox, who smashes it up for the millionth time today. And to Perez, back in field for Dolman, who gets smashed and loses the ball. It wasn't exactly a great ball to him as Tempe play on. And tackle by Vargas and Phelan. Phelan again is out. Smith chops him down. Landon looked to go at the ball but missed it. Smith comes in field. Booze chops him down. And Booze went over the top, missed it. And Tempe are inside the ASU 22 and knocked on. and scooped up by Chris McHale, who's tackled just outside. And ASU will go to the boot of Dolman and clear downfield. It's a good kick, and it might roll into the 22. That's a 50-22 from 50-22 from, well, looked like their own in goal. It's ASU ball. That has to be a 50-22. And yes, the referee has awarded Dolman with a 50-22 monstrous kick from his own in goal. Or no, he hasn't. He's changed his mind. That was no way, shape, or form straight. Either way, we play on. And Perez chops one down. Nitz comes over the top and hits him. Ball pops out and scooped up. I can't quite see who that is. And Nitz is pulled through the ruck. Jacob chips over the top, and it's knocked around a bit, tackled off the ball. Dolman gets it, cuts back in field, finds his front, and cleared over. Hurls is in, sealed again. Ball to Perez. Off back of the hand, offload to Booze. And, well, that seals the game. That's 20-5, straight through the middle of them. Perez and Booze running off of Perez's shoulders. And the kick really should be elementary from right in front. Dolman adds the extras. That'll be 22. Tempe kickoff. This one's a bit deeper. It's over the top of the first line. Phelan whiffed it, and it'll go into touch. Well, that's not at any stage of the game how you want to respond to points. Tempe go quickly. And Smith with a tackle there. Adds to his personal tally. As the outside defense rushes up, McHale gets a handoff, and Nitz takes his legs. And another carry, stopped stone cold on the line. And Zinn thought better of competing at that one. And Smith with a tackle there. And as Tempe inch closer, held up, 22 dropout to ASU. Can't quite see who got up under that one. Well, the last man up appears to be Nick Booze. Dolman looks to restart just to the left of, just to the left of the uprights. goes long and finds the turf just in front of the halfway line. In fact, it bounces over the halfway line as Tempe look to return this kick. And Phelan with the ball, bad offload. Drake picks up the scraps. Phelan seals over it. Jake gets it away to Perez, attacks the line, and he's stopped, and that ball, man was off his feet. Jacob scoots out of dummy half, through one, through two, and pops the ball to, can't quite see. ASU maintained possession. Bronson's bowled somebody over. Nitz goes into into contact, finds his knees, and is able to present it. Dolman to Lahadny, back inside to Booze. Goes down. McHale seals over the top. It's a bit messy. Hurl kicks in behind, and it hasn't. It rolls dead. A bit of a waste there, really. But he kicked with penalty advantage, so it'll be a scrum to ASU. Or no, scrum Tempe. He kicked it touch and goal.
Go to sleep now.
Tempe put in and steady scrum. Perez a bit late. Gets on the outside of Cox. Grant Ferguson gives him room and manages to delay him long enough and chops him down. Evgeny slows the ball down, and ASU are back in numbers. Ford pack filling in the middle of the line as they Tempe attack the fringes here. Lahadny with another low shot and picks up and goes again. Appears to be a man locked over the ball. And Tempe go right. And able to turn them away for now. Tempe pick and go and are driven back. Still a bit of a mess in this. Zinn with the tackle, but he can't stop it. There's a try. It's 22-10 now with kick to come.
Let's go, 22!
Hey, don't yell. You're not supposed to be using your voice. So when you're sore tomorrow and crying, I'm going to be tough love.
Was also the support of my husband.
Thank God.
That's good. No.
Back it up. Back it up.
Kick pushed wide, so it remains 22-10. ASU will kick off.
Stuff. Come here, go. Move. Hey.
ASU supposed to win the ball.
Dolman marches up to the line again, and Smith and Perez are a little slow to get up. Dolman pumps it deep, and it'll bounce and remain just in the field of play. Nitz overchased it a little bit, and Phelan and Perez combined to stop him, or combined to stop the kick return, and Phelan rips through the ruck and plays the 9 pretty blatantly. Vargas and Ian Nitz in on the stop again as Tempe look to play. Perez shoots out of the line. Mikhail joins him as they drive Tempe backwards. And Nitz low gets away an offload. And Tempe are in the backfield. Ferguson with a tackle as ASU players stream backwards. Lazy runner Ian Nitz there, actually quite tactically advantageous there. Mikhail with another stop, and it's a knock on. Tempe. ASU put into the scrum. Hurl feeds the scrum, ball safely to the back, and gets it away to Perez. Dolman opts to pin them deep and out on the full, so that'll be back to where he kicked it. Overcooked it a little bit. As Tempe will set for their line out. Not before Robert Huerta comes on in place of Nate Troxel by the look of it. Yeah. Huerta on for Troxel. Line out, 3 men in the back of ASU, and Tempe not straight. We'll have another scrum. Ekes more time away off the clock. And time's off as we get the positioning of this scrum right.
I'll push her out. No, like I'm gonna take her back.
Referee resets. Looked like the tight head there lost his bind before the cadence. And we go again.
I want to push it.
Hurl feeds. Mikhail strikes back to the 8-man and collapsing on the loose head side or the tight head side for Tempe. ASU penalty, and Dolman will find touch. And McHale again throwing into a shortened line out. Looks like there was a slight miscommunication on the timing. Phelan with the ball at the front. Hurl passes to the ground. Nitz carries into contact and does well, but has it stripped out. Tempe attack from the halfway line. Vargas with another hit. And their scrum half passes it to the ground. Line speed catches Tempe well behind the gain line, and they try to drive him into touch, but can't. ASU have conceded some sort of penalty. Oh no, high tackle penalty is advantage to Tempe and knocked forward, but will come back for the penalty.
Hey, let's run it! Noah! Let's run! One there! It's gotta be a chair! Let's run! We're running, boys! Tap and go, we're running!
Tap and go. Tempe. Booze gets a leg, drags him down. That looked like a funny angle there. And ball's out. Lahadny flies up, but can't make a tackle. Drake rides him to the floor, rolls out of the way. Ball to the blind side, and caught and held. Finds the ground, and Huerta flies in from the wing and gets his man. Ball popped off the deck. Hurl chops him low with Zinn over the top. He's stuck there. Nitz comes back for seconds, hugs him after he's offloaded it. Phelan gets him low. McHale joins in the tackle, gets him down eventually. And Drake again rides him to the floor. We've got a man down. Looks to be Bronson Smith. And Landon Croc rolls him to the floor. Ferguson with the contest. Nothing doing. The referee not interested. McHale throws him down. Final play. And through the tackle of Lahadny, through the tackle of Zinn, not through the tackle of Nitz and Hurl. Phelan driven back, but he's short of the line. Booze holds him up, rolls him onto his back, and referee calls held up, and that's game. Final score: ASU 22, Tempe 5. Thank you to everybody who tuned in for both games. I've been Alexander McDonald, and hopefully we'll see you next semester.